what was your okay, I've started by the way.
Mm-hmm.
What was your reaction when I told you that I got my first part-time job
Oh, it's
in
my reaction. I don't think I had a particularly
hospitality?
strong reaction. Like, if anything, it's just
It
not
was just
really.
kind of like, okay, right?
Yeah.
I had a new friend when I told them, and I was like, oh, it's like my first job. They wished me congratulations, and I thought that was so 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 sweet because everyone else has sort of just been like, yeah, okay, you need money. You're old now, like it's just normal, right? But I thought the congratulations was really sweet because I was like, yeah, I got a job, and it was a little bit scary to go out looking for one, to do the interview, to just start, but yeah. Anyways, I had my first like full shift. I can't even technically say it's a full shift because I started at 1 and the restaurant opens at 12. But I was there till closing and I didn't expect it. And then I happened to also work the next day and it was slightly unmanageable because I couldn't get any other work done. But yeah, but I'm enjoying it. I'm at a restaurant. It's fun.
That's good. Okay, what are you talking about?
That's okay. This was maybe my least liked intro.
I mean,
Talking about well, the idea is about why we're doing the masters that we're doing and why we think it's right for us, or why is it, I don't know, aligned with what you want to do in this life. So you go first.
well, I think that I'm doing this master's because it's something that I enjoy. It's very much related to the bachelor's that I undertook, so it seems like a natural progression. And it was suggested to me by a professor in my bachelor degree, so it just seemed like that was the path drawn for me.
But what do you like about this area, this field?
I just find it interesting, and I'm good at it.
And you're good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you find interesting that you're not good at?
I don't think those two go hand. Either I haven't tried and I find it interesting, or I'm good at it and I find it interesting.
What do you find interesting about it?
Huh? About the field of study.
Mm-hmm.
It's just been something it's something that I've grown up around and I see around me all the time. Like, I can notice these things and I find that cool. I can notice them.
And you want to be at the forefront of the innovations in what? Data science, social data science?
Mm-hmm. Something along those lines.
Something along those lines?
Yeah.
What else is along the lines?
I mean, social data science is a very narrow strand in the very
You think so?
long rope of what it is,
Is
topic wise.
Is that the direction you want to go though?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Despite it being a narrow strand.
Yeah, that's why I said something along the. I didn't say this particular one. You said what else along the line. I'm saying it's a subtitle of a very big topic, which is just, I guess, computational social science might be more broad than social data science. I mean, naturally, bachelor's to master's, but the idea is still surrounding the same thing. So it's a lot easier to go from strand to strand than to a completely different rope.
You don't think that this is going to start like narrowing your path down?
I don't find anything wrong with that. What about you? Where are you doing your master?
You spoke about this briefly last week, but you asked me what I was enjoying, what I was doing, or if I was doing if I was finding what I was doing interesting. And for some reason, I felt a bit unprepared answering that question. But I've thought about it more, and I watched this video of it's called "What Don't Follow Your Passions, Follow Your Toolbox" or like something like that. And I think that's what I'm doing, because I think we've had an episode before where I told you like, oh, a lot of my interests lie in music and art and all these what do they call them, like hand craftsmanship things. I not necessarily don't want to do it, and then I had a mini panic. I was like, what am I doing, and questioning everything. But I think I've just been following my toolbox, and
But then I
that's
also asked
okay.
you if you think that you were good at what you're doing, and you said no, or you thought that you
Oh
were
gosh,
average.
no.
Also,
Yeah.
okay.
Of course I don't think I'm good at what I'm doing.
Also, then how is that your toolbox if you're not particularly good
Because
at
I'm much
it?
worse at everything else.
Okay.
It's relative, Caleb.
Okay.
What about you?
So you think this is something that you're best? This is the thing that you're best at,
Unfortunately, yes.
and you think that you've tried enough things to know that, or you just out of the things that you've tried so far?
I was always told that, in some subject areas you can train your skill in, and in others you require some sort of intuition, such as science. You need to have a little bit of
I'm
intuition as
pretty
to how it
sure the
works.
whole idea of school is that you can train anything.
No, but some are a little more intuitive than others. Like maths,
That is not
maths if you
true.
just practice 1,000 times, yeah. But like certain parts of chemistry or science doesn't.
That is
Maybe you're
not
just
true.
good, but
You think
I'm
no no
speaking
no 'Cause-
from
no,
the
but think about it. You
the
think you need
drier
an
side of the
intuition to
garage.
understand something that has not even
Not
existed for
okay.
a
Maybe
fraction
into
of
okay.
humanity?
This was spoken to me in Chinese. Maybe intuition is a bad word, but like a knack. You have to have a little bit of a knack.
Yeah, but that's still like is
Well,
drawn from
okay,
something
a knack
innate in
is
you.
advantageous. Why are you fighting me on this?
I'm fighting you because you think that. Yes, I think okay. You think
I think 2% of it requires a knack, and that
okay,
knack
but
would
then that
help.
small percent. Then if it's only 2%, it's very insignificant out
Yes,
of the
it
entire
is very
100%. So then
insignificant.
why are we talking about
However,
it?
if we're talking about tools and what I want to leverage most, it would be most practical if I leverage the ones I was most naturally inclined at or naturally at a
So you
knack
think you
for.
have a 2% boost in what you're currently doing?
No, I think I've got a little more than 2%, but in other things, I think I need 2%, and many things, I don't have that 2%. Just broadly speaking, I don't know why this was the thing that got you
No, because
triggered.
it doesn't make sense that.
Because you clearly never been dumb in your life, okay? I'm
No,
speaking
it's not
from
about being dumb. I've
I'm
been dumb.
representative of the dumb people
Okay.
in school.
Um. Okay.
It's
This
like running.
idea
The
of
way
following
the
your
way I was
toolbox.
taught was like it's like running, that you can train as much as you
Yeah,
can,
but
but there is
running.
always a limit to like how fast you'll ever be.
Yes, running is based on just your anatomy. The higher your calf insertions are, the more explosive you are, the faster you can
Okay,
run.
and you happen to
If
know
you
that. What
look
if the
at
same thing happens in your brain for subjects, but you just don't know?
no, because we came up with these things. We
A
discovered,
teacher
invented,
I
learned these
admire
things.
told me this, and I've never thought to question it, and I don't feel the need to
Oh my
question it. So I'm
god!
unable
What grade were
to
you
be
when this
the one
teacher
that
told you
stands
this?
this. I was pretty old. I was 16.
So your 10th grade teacher, 11th, 10th grade teacher.
Not in school, but yeah,
I don't know, man.
sure.
Running,
Doubt it.
running is
Okay.
something that has been natural, or like as part of our being for probably as long as we've been alive, right? So yes, it makes sense that you can develop a knack, quote unquote, for running, because it's been around for so long. There's probably been like genetic, like you people are genetically predisposed to run faster because it's part of our survival instincts. Whatever. Evolution, blah blah blah. Being good at chemistry or physics, I don't see how that can be parallel to running.
Well, it just made sense to me when
Because this
I
is
heard it,
something
and clearly it's not making sense to you
that
as
is
you're hearing it.
man-made, right? Running isn't a man-made thing.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know enough to take this standpoint.
Following your toolbox
Yeah.
is, I think, is something that is preached a lot in like just career talks and whatever, effective altruism, 80,000 hours, whatever, doing good with your career. And it's like, okay, do something that you're good at, good work conditions, and helps others, I think, is the three. And so you think following your toolbox instead of your passions is something that makes sense to you.
It could just be the current phase of life I'm in, maybe, but it made a lot more sense compared to the idealistic view of follow your dreams, you know?
But if you've come this far to develop an apt toolbox for something, don't you think you would have had some sort of passion for it
Nope.
to come this far?
Nope.
So
I can 100% guarantee
you
you
have
that.
no passion for what you're currently doing.
No is harsh, but if we want to make it binary, yes. I will say no.
So then where's your motivation drawn from?
There are small parts of it that same reason as you I enjoy and I in quotation
I
marks
mean, if
think
you
I'm good
enjoy it,
at.
then you have to have some sort of passion for it.
Not necessarily. I enjoy many things doesn't mean I have a passion for it. Passion is strong, I think.
So why do you enjoy it?
There's small aspects of, you know, building to solve a problem, or I don't know, it feels like I'm doing something important, and feels like what I'm doing is necessary. And that's currently the two big motivators for me.
Necessary for you
Well, for me, for the world, but yes.
to, in what way?
You know, same thing as you, make an impact.
Mm-hmm.
How are you making your impact?
I mean, how am I making my impact?
Because it's always on the back of your mind, right? Making this impact.
Yeah.
So how is doing this master's taking you closer to that?
I'm getting closer to the frontier of research in this area.
What, it said that on the website?
Huh?
It said that on the website?
No, it's just
or-
naturally true. If you do the point of a master's degree in anywhere is to make you a master of your craft, and that means understanding the subject in its entirety. A PhD is to then push the frontier and kind of contribute something novel. So by definition, a master's is to know everything and be at the very end.
I mean, not you. It might not even be teaching you the latest and greatest. It could just be teaching you the standard practice in these areas.
Then that's an apprenticeship, or like that's just teaching you to do work.
Yeah, hypothetically, maybe I'm not saying your masters, but some masters could be badly labeled or such. You know,
Well,
it's
but
not
then
really
that's
governed.
their problem. I'm just saying, generally speaking,
Yeah.
that is the definition of a master's.
And then what are you gonna do after with this skill, with this honed skill?
I don't know, but something somewhere that I know that I'm applying what I've learned. Either applying what I've learned or pushing further. And that lends itself to either doing a PhD or working somewhere that engages in research.
How do you mean like you find it interesting? Like you're, in a very literal sense, you're sitting at your computer, you're staring at a bunch of data, and you're just, it's interesting to you.
Well, it's not just that I'm staring at data. I'm not looking at lines of CSVs
That's why I'm
or.
asking. Paint me a picture.
It's interesting because I mean, social data science isn't just looking at data, right? It's the whole point of it is that it's interdisciplinary. You're able to see how the data shapes the world, and the world in turn shapes data, or how they imitate and lead each other in a sort of way. And it's something that is very new in terms of like the 21st century, and it's something that I observe every day myself and in the people around me. So I just find it interesting to know that and understand the processes behind arguably the biggest driver of society right now.
And what do you want to do with that? Do you want to create an intervention, change things? What's, or are you happy just to understand?
I don't think the point is to just understand.
Yeah, so what do you want to do with it?
Yeah, well, the point is to do something with that understanding, and that can materialize itself in terms of furthering that understanding, correcting that understanding, or applying that understanding to not necessarily an intervention, but I guess for lack of a better word, we can just say that.
So connecting
But
that
an
interdisciplinarity,
intervention, correcting and understand the understanding could also be described as an intervention. So it can be furthering the understanding.
basically connecting that to other interdisciplinary fields.
It doesn't have to be connected to other. It can just be within its own sphere, but just finding out that hey, this was kind of wrong. What about this instead? Or hey, this is good. One step further.
And you're confident this is what you want to do?
As of right now, yeah.
As of right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think chances are it will change?
I don't know. I don't think so. What about you? Why do you think that it's necessary and important and that you're the one to do it?
I mean, I'm doing complex systems and policy. With systems, it's essentially the same reasons as what you said. It's being able to take the real world and like model it into a system and see what's going on. And then I really want to create change. And I guess when they suggested policy in my mind, I thought, oh, well, that's a pretty surefire way to make change through policy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm here. It feels wrong not to do it, so I guess I believe that it's necessary to do it.
But why not just a regular master's in public policy? Why are you doing this particular?
Because this one keeps the backbones of computational social science. I'm still doing that whole thing, you know, with qualitative and quantitative research, and I'm still looking to data and creating models and all these things, except it takes it one step further and puts it into a system and then uses that system to see where or what needs changing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm too optimistic though, but it is a 2 years master's, so who knows?
And you find it interesting.
Wow, I can make myself find anything interesting. So lately I've been, before I start something, I'm telling myself to find the interesting thing in the thing.
And what's the interesting thing in the thing?
I don't know, sometimes reminding myself that it's like necessary to know how systems work. It's necessary to know how to, I don't know, properly define a leverage point, a tipping point, these things. And
Why is it necessary?
right. Otherwise, it's to like fully understand the system, right? To know how it works, the dynamics in it. Because that's what I'm in for.
And what system do you want to understand?
I want to be able to understand any system and then be able to account for like all the stakeholders and, you know, as many unintended consequences as I can and all these things.
Okay.
I'll be interested to know if everyone else in my program feels the same way.
Can you do a short survey?
No, it's too deep of a question.
Informal interview. Why not? Why are you doing this master's?
Do you think people would give me an honest answer right off the bat?
Probably.
Like if I'm walking with into class, they won't. I mean, if I was asked it, I'd probably brush it off with something.
What would you say?
I'd say, honestly, I just heard the word policy and I forgot we were doing the systems part as well. So we started the semester and we started looking at the
But
systems.
is that not
and
partly
like,
true?
No, it's entirely true, but that's
yeah,
what I'm
exactly.
saying.
So
yeah,
I
so
think people
again,
would give you a truthful answer.
that would be brushing it off. But no, I would.
It wouldn't be. I mean, what do you obviously they're not gonna give you like a deep dive into
that's what I
their
want.
psyche.
So maybe I have to
But
invite
why
each
do you?
one for
Is
coffee.
that really necessary though?
Exactly. No. But you were the one that suggested the idea.
Yeah, I said a quick interview, like just to figure it out, and you were like, "Would they even answer?" And then I asked you, and then you gave an honest answer.
But you said a quick interview. I'd probably just continue life without that quick interview.
Brushing it off. But you're the one who said you would be interested to know.
Yeah, but not uh like on a piece of paper.
You
Not
want to
like
know the
I would just like the result. I would not necessarily like to go through the data collection process. Do you think people who you're doing your masters share your view?
of I can't possibly know that.
If you were to venture, I guess.
I literally couldn't. Like I don't know anyone really, and the ones that I know are from vastly different backgrounds than I am. I literally could not make a guess. It would be just me flipping a coin and
Yeah.
heads is yes, tails is no.
Why not?
Do you have a coin?
Wow, okay, you want an actual coin?
No, because I literally can't answer that question of if everyone who's in my master is doing it for the same reason as I am. I've been through a set of things in life, kind of events that have uniquely shaped me into who I am at this particular position in order to have these reasons. And from what I know of everyone else, it's not even like close enough where I could like make a guess and be like, yeah, or
What's this kind of
far enough or far enough to be able to say no, like opposite enough for me to be able to say I literally have no gauge, so I can't give an answer. Like you've met some people, so I guess maybe you can give somewhat of an answer based off of the people that you know.
well, I didn't speak to them about.
No, but like you knowing the reason why you're here out of just knowing yourself, and then from what you know about other people, if you were to take a guess.
I really, really don't know. Elevator pitch your canon of events.
Just listen to the podcast.
I don't think you
Listen to
covered
all the
it
other
enough.
episodes. You'll know enough about me to know how I ended up
Well, you
here.
had a laptop when you were 7 years old, and now you're here.
Basically, literally, if you isn't that the whole point of this?
What? The podcast?
Yeah.
About your life story?
No, but
You
it's
and you
just
alone?
it's. I mean, it's a digital diary, and so naturally things will come up. And we've had enough episodes. We're at almost 40 now, where if you listen back from A to Z, you probably would
I think there are
have a good
exactly
idea.
2 podcasts where we've spoken about this.
No, but it's
One,
not.
I'm not even sure if it's in. I think it's in what motivates you. And then the other maybe during like the whole life story thing.
I think we've had a lot more than
I-
you care to give, because it doesn't have to be the central topic of the podcast, but there are bits and bobs in each podcast where things will come up.
I think you're wrong.
I think I'm right.
Wow, you're the enthusiasm is radiating off of you. I don't know. Maybe you're just so sure of yourself that you reached a calmness in your soul
What on this topic?
on your path, your life path, your life passion. I don't know.
Yeah, I like it's just understanding that works for me right now. So yeah.
How are the papers going?
What papers?
You're reading the papers you need for your semester, right?
Oh, I was only able to read one. Every other day I've been busy packing.
What do you think so far? I know it's just been one.
I find it interesting. I mean, it's one from one course out of like four that I'm doing in my first term, so I cannot really speak on the course as a whole. But the course is called Data and Society, and so it's just talking. Well, this first paper is about AI in the public arena, and the public arena being social media, and so how these two things interact and shape each other.
Huh, I wonder if like all of yours are gonna be kind of broad.
All of
My
my
like topics, if they're going to stay like that, because mine currently is deep into the nutrition transition and like food systems, which I did not expect. But maybe they introduced it at some point and I just didn't pay full attention. Or they said like, oh, this is one of the things you could be doing, and then it turned out it's one of the things I'm doing. How's packing
I already packed.
and moving? You started your need for easy mobility, right? Did everything fit in your suitcases?
Yeah. Um. Yeah, everything fit. Two suitcases, a backpack, and a duffel bag.
I thought you were tossing the duffel bag.
No, there's space in it. So yeah, two suitcases, a backpack, and a duffel bag.
Did you have to throw away anything?
That
you
I
thought-
wasn't already gonna throw. No.
Yeah. No.
Nope. Everything was meticulously planned and executed at the highest order. So everything's packed up.
Oh, maybe we should talk about what do you have goals for this year? Things you want to cover, reach?
Like 2025.
This
It's a bit late.
no, this academic year.
This academic year.
Do you want to walk out being, I don't know, an expert in machine learning? Do you want to learn R?
No. Goals for this academic year.
Get the full experience of Oxford?
Not even. Two things. One, I mean, this will naturally happen. Deciding whether or not to go into industry or do a PhD, that will naturally happen just by me going through the year. And two is to not necessarily, like, my goal isn't to win the thesis prize, but it's like a horizon goal, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Having that there as like finish line will push. You know how, like, I don't know, like if you do track and field, you'll know that like like the first thing you learn is like to envision the finish line a bit further than like the actual finish line, so you don't like subconsciously slow down before you get to the finish line.
Oh.
So like a lot of times you see like in the Olympics or whatever, the sprinters like they keep running at full speed even past the finish line, and then they start slowing down after like quite a bit after the finish line. So that's kind of the idea, is to push the finish line like a bit further. So like I'll go further. Like I won't slow down, and also that I will go like further than if not pushed. I think that's the main one. Obviously, figuring out what between a PhD and master's will come in. PhD and industry will come with its own separate sub goals, respectively. But I guess the main one is that. If we're talking academic year, yeah. What about you?
Well, that's pretty cool. It reminds me of when I wanted to be a hit girl when I was in high school, and then I moved schools.
And then you what?
I moved schools. I like that a lot, actually, and that's a cool analogy. If it counts as an analogy. I don't know, I think we talked about this, how I really want this to be the push year. Like you've spoken about the whole, I don't know, the year, what, the year you sow the seeds, the year you the one they take care of them or something, and then another year you harvest, reap, whatever.
Okay.
And I
really
what
year is this?
I guess I like more the idea of just having a push year, right?
So is it sowing the seed or taking care of the seeds?
I guess it's like 2 in 1. Yeah, I mean it's too much too quick for these to be slower processes, and then kind of reap as you go, but very much just I wanna push to full potential, as every teacher has ever written.
But what does that look like to you?
Well, it starts off with the simple stuff, doing all the lecture prep, doing all the readings.
No, but we're talking about the end here.
That's
or
the thing,
are you
though,
just involved in processes?
there's not so much, and when you're doing all these small steps, right, they kind of bring you a little bit closer to the end anyways. Perhaps it's just being on top of things, or just understanding what's going on and having that help you further down the line. I wouldn't necessarily say that this is like going exactly as I planned so far for the past month, but yeah, thesis prize.
Yeah. Okay.
In personal life, nothing.
Um.
Gym, books,
Yeah, but these aren't
hobbies.
things that are unique to this academic year.
Yeah? Well, what are they then? I mean, what sort of things?
Well, like just regular stuff like keeping active, keeping social, vanilla, vanilla stuff.
You have a crazy year ahead of you.
How do you know
It's
that?
just a lot
Like you're
packed.
saying that like.
It's a lot packed in one year, and it also kind of looks like, Hogwarts and just prestige and elite and
Yeah, but
a country ripe in tradition and that sort of culture.
I don't think I'm looking too much at that aspect, like enough to like really let it occupy a like significant space in my mind.
Maybe this was meant for you because you had what planned to be in the US and have this whole dorm life thing and living on campus. So it'll probably be closer to what you expected from university
Well, I
in the
didn't
first
have an
place.
expectation of university, really. So I can't really like.
Well, I think it probably wasn't the whole, I don't know, having to bike through the rain or call an Uber in the dead of
Yeah,
night
but
or.
it was like comparing that. There was nothing to compare to that.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, I guess we'll see if this is like obviously it will be different, but like if I guess there's something that I enjoy or not. But that's again not something that is like really occupying a space in my mind. At least not right now.
Do you have any final words for Amsterdam before you leave tomorrow?
Mm,
Final words on what, 3 years? To the people, to the city?
to the people to see. I don't think I was that important to Amsterdam to have final words to give. I don't have anything to say to Amsterdam. I liked it. Uh, are you gonna post it?